Alright guys, so today we're reacting to a video by Ryan Pineda called How the Ultra Rich Attract Money and Society Wants to Keep You Poor. So as someone that, has developed a good amount of wealth, let's see if you agree with a lot of things that he says.
Yeah, I actually haven't heard about Ryan Pineda until some point this year. I started hearing his name over and over. I've heard lots of good things about him. Everyone's like, oh man, you gotta watch Ryan Pineda, you gotta watch Ryan Pineda. So I started watching a couple of his videos and they're definitely very interesting. I haven't seen this one ever yet before, so this will be kind of interesting to see what he says. But yeah, definitely love to give you my point of view on this one.
All right, cool, let's watch it.
For the last few years, I've been studying the flow of money and how everything works. Why are there some people where it seems like money is just attracted to them on everything that they do? And on the other end of the spectrum, why does it seem like there are some that are just money repellents? No matter how hard they try, they do not have success in getting people to give them money. Luckily for you, I'm gonna tell you exactly why it happens, because after years of studying the rich, I've realized everything society has told you about making money and saving money and investing money is completely wrong.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because I've been around you for almost 2 years now, pretty much every day, and I've seen you make monies in countless ways. You've done it in so many different industries in so many different ways, and so it's interesting because I know people in the other spectrum where it's man, they try everything and they can't make a dollar.
Yeah, I mean, literally, no matter what I do, I just make money. But there's a reason why. I put myself in that position where a lot of people put themselves in the opposite position.
Right.
Let me start off by saying that I used to have a very negative connotation of those who were making money and spending it on materialistic things. If somebody was out buying a new watch or a fancy car or taking those private plane rides, I would always think man, that person is such a waster of money. They're just flaunting and doing all this stuff.
It's funny that he says that, every time you see someone buy all these different things, it's a waste of money. I still think that. Every time I see people buy that, I'm like, damn, that's such a waste of money. You just spent $50,000 on this, $100,000 on that. You know how much money you could have invested and made on it? But you know what, honestly, it's very important to once you get to a point where you have all this extra money, to just buy what makes you happy, right? Literally, if that's what makes them happy, then it's worth it as long as they have plenty of money to do everything else they need. But it's still every time I'm like, what a waste of money. I don't spend money on stuff like that, so it just doesn't do anything for me. That's why I don't do it. If it made me happy, I would.
On the other end of the spectrum, I'd have a really high respect level for somebody who was making good money, but choosing to be super frugal and saving it. These were the people that I wanted to praise. But what I have realized is that these frugal people are actually some of the most greedy people and worse people for society and the economy.
So here's the thing. I understand what he's saying. It's very important to save, right? It's very important to save, but I don't think it's good to keep the savings for long periods of time.
Right.
Saving is very important because it's a habit, and it's a habit that you need to have. But I don't think that you should save it and just keep it saved. I think you should take the money that you save and keep investing it. So it's not really saved, it's invested, right? It's invested in something that's gonna keep making you more money.
What people don't understand is the world tells you what you're worth based on what they're willing to pay you. And this applies to every aspect where money is exchanged. For example, if I'm your boss and I'm deciding how much salary or hourly rate I want to give you, I am simply looking at you, placing a value on what it is you are doing, and saying you are worth this much. And if you don't agree with it, and I'm the person willing to pay you the most money, then you are worth that much money. That's what the world tells you you are worth, whether you agree with it or not.
So he's 100% right. You are worth what you are getting paid. If you think you're worth more, then you need to do your own thing or find another job that's gonna pay you more. But if you can't find another job that's gonna pay you more, at that particular time, that's what you're worth. That's not saying that's all you're worth forever, but for that particular time, maybe in a year from now or a few months from now or whatever, you can be worth a lot more.
Right.
Entrepreneurs, if they are charging a certain fee for something, that's what they're worth, right? There's people that sell the same type of stuff. Some people charge $10, some people charge $50 for the same product. People that charge $10, it could be worth $50, but they just don't think that they're worth that much. So, if you think you're worth much, that's how you become more successful. You gotta always have that positive thing and realize that you are worth what you're worth. A lot of people don't realize it.
And look, you're not gonna hear this from society. We live in this culture of the participation trophy. If you try really hard at something, people should support you and give you a pat on the back and all this stuff. Congrats, you started a business or you did something nice for somebody. You get a pat on the back. People's true vote is with their dollars. They don't really mean it unless they're willing to give you money for it. And so if you're having a hard time attracting money, don't get offended by what people are doing. Simply change what you're doing and adjust and become more valuable.
The reason why people pay money, obviously, is because they show a lot of value. Even deeper than that is people have problems. There's lots of problems people have, and it could be anything, right? They could be small problems, big problems. The people that make the most money are the people that solve the biggest problem. So, the bigger the problem that somebody has and the bigger the problem you could solve, the more money someone's gonna pay.
One thing I was gonna say that I kind of heard him mention was he was like, we're in a world of participation trophies and people want the pat on the back. Well, there's some people that when they don't get that will just sit with themselves and be like, man, that sucks, and they're in this funk of that's what they stay in. Then there's some people that pivot, find the solution to the problem, and then actually end up accomplishing what they want to. And I think that's definitely like the aura that all these people give.
Go back to the participation trophy. First of all, I hate participation trophies, but the one thing that's cool about them is that it might motivate these people to keep doing more stuff. Like, there's no way to ever make money and do good if you don't start and actually do something. Like, you can learn everything, you can know everything, but if you don't take action, don't do something, you're never gonna get good. So maybe, somebody did something and they didn't win, but they participated. So, that is good. They should get something for it because, if they feel like they got something, maybe they're gonna keep doing and keep taking action, keep doing more stuff. If people felt like it was worthless and, what they did failed, a lot of people will just give up. So maybe a participation trophy is good only in the respect that it'll get people motivated to keep doing more and more until they actually win.
Yeah, so they use it as a catalyst to do more shit.
A catalyst, because you gotta start somewhere. You gotta take action. At least people that got a participation trophy took action. That's a lot better than the people that never took action.
Yeah.
So it's worth something. It's not worth much, but you know what? You build on it. Exactly.
Right.
On the other hand, it's easy to tell when you're talking to a poor person because they complain that people don't value them enough, they're underpaid, that the world doesn't see their talent, and all this other stuff. And the reality is, complaining is never gonna get you anywhere. That's definitely not gonna make you more valuable. In fact, it's gonna continue to make you less valuable.
The most successful people are positive people. The way to be successful in life is to be around positive people and to be positive yourself. What he's saying is the people that are, broke and don't have any money are the people that are always complaining. And when you're complaining, you're not positive, you're negative. You're just never gonna be super successful if you're negative. So you really gotta get all the negativity out of you, not go around negative people, and you gotta be around people that believe in you and that support you and that motivate you. Really, all the wealthiest people and most successful people are very positive and are around positive people and are around people that motivate and help them and push them to the next level. The only reason why a lot of these successful people, including myself, get to the next level is because I see other successful people do it. I'm like, man, if he could do it, I could do it. I'm not necessarily competing against them, but we're motivating each other to do better and better.
Spending all their money on fancy stuff, material things, and everything else. That doesn't necessarily make them a bad person for society in terms of how money is handled. The fact that they're spending a lot of money is helping all of the businesses that they're spending the money at. And because they're spending money at these businesses, others are able to have jobs, and it keeps the economy flowing. And that's the key with money. You always want it to continue flowing. That is what makes the economy go. When the flow of money stops is when there's a problem.
To me, savings is not wasting money on stupid stuff. But again, if you want to waste some money on stupid stuff, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't waste all of it. But when you're savings, you've got to use that savings and flow it through society. But flow it through society in a way that you're going to make money on your money.
They are stopping the flow of money, and they're not helping anyone else by not spending, not investing, not donating. They're not doing anything productive for society.
When you think about it, if you just kept all your money and never spent it on anything, you're gonna die with all this money. What's the point? You want to use your money to better yourself, better the people around you, better the economy, better everything, and you can do it all at the same time.
Every single point he's saying is super valid. The one thing I will say is from the perspective of the people that are saving all of this money, because I met a lot of people like that. I don't think it's coming from a place of like, oh, I'm trying to hoard for myself. I think a lot of the times that's what they were taught is, you're taught to save money. You're not ever really said, save and invest. It's very few people are taught that throughout their lives. A lot of it's just like save money for a rainy day. That's mostly.
But how much do you need to save for a rainy day?
No, 100%.
At some point, it's not gonna be that rainy.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not big on spending your money, but you want to invest it into businesses and real estate and other things. That's another great thing for society.
Yeah, that's me right there. So that's what I do. I'm basically investing all my money that I have extra over a certain amount into businesses, into real estate, into helping people, whatever it is. But the money is flowing, and a lot of times what's cool is you could actually help people with your money and make money at the same time. So, that's even a double bonus.
But the truth is, the ideal person for society is somebody who does all of these things. They're really good at attracting money because people see the value in what they're doing and they want to give them their money. They're then spending some money on material things because it's good for the economy. They're able to enjoy their life now and get some of the fruits of their labor today, but they're also disciplined enough to go donate to specific causes that they're passionate about. They're also reinvesting into different investments for their future, and then they're saving a smaller portion of their money.
Literally exactly what he said is exactly what I do and what I tell people to do. I think what I do is the right thing and what makes the most sense for, for each person and the economy. But to hear, other people that are smart and wealthy and successful say the same thing, it just reiterates how what you're doing really is right and makes sense. So I love hearing other people, talk about what they think, and it's cool that that's what I think too.
Right.
So we're dead on.
Which leads to the final point. What society has always told you about saving money isn't necessarily true. When the flow of money stops, it's not good for anybody.
This is one of the first videos of Ryan Pineda that I actually watched from beginning all the way to the end. I like the guy a lot. I mean, after watching this one, I've always liked him just from watching the other ones, but I basically agree with almost everything he just said in the video, which is cool because I watch so many videos of different people. I agree with some stuff, sometimes most of it, but very rarely do I agree with almost all of it. And literally just about everything he said hits dead on to my views and what I think as well.
Yeah, I think one thing that's really cool, because I follow a lot of finance YouTubers, and Ryan actually I haven't really followed too much, but man, off this video, I think he seems super high level, and I like the way that he just framed this video. The fact that he made a video about this specific topic just is really telling of how he thinks and how analytical he is about stuff like this.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
It was a good put together video for sure.
All right, guys, if you guys want to see more videos like this going forward, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know what videos you guys want to react to, and Abraham, let them know about the post notification bell.
Yeah, I mean, definitely hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss any of these videos. And if there's some people that you like and that you follow and you haven't seen really cool videos made about them, let us know in the comments what people you want to see us react to or talk about, and figure out how much they're making, and we'll definitely be making them soon.